Hi coloring friends, welcome back to my channel. In this video today, I wanted to share the top 5 favorite coloring supplies that I use that are not just colored pencils or markers. Um, and I think it's going to be a quick one. I'm just going to kind of zip through what I have here. These are my favorite things that I use all the time. They're things that I grab over and over and over. And I've, I've found them for me to be for the most part, the best. And everything here is very budget friendly as well. So I'll start over here with my pencil sharpeners. I have two here. There's actually a third that I really love as well, and I can't find that one now. They tend to travel around with me. But both of these I purchased off of Walmart's website, and the third one I did as well. The nice thing about the third one was it had a white eraser top on it, which I do also use quite frequently. This one is the Prismacolor sharpener, and it's just a manual sharpener, and you get two different point types. I'm not sure if that's going to show. Yes, you get two different point types there that you can sharpen to, and I don't have any trouble with it. It doesn't make my pencils break. The points turn out the way that the whichever blade is meant to do. And then I also have this one here, and this is, oops, that's the emptying side. I don't want to open that up. This one it's nice because it has a big spot, and I can use the big spot to sharpen my Brute Forner square pencils, which won't fit in an average size hole. And again, very budget friendly. Doesn't take up much space. I like that it has this door here so you can completely close in all the mess. This one does as well. Um, and yeah, so two very affordable, I think, in the under $5 range, at least at Walmart. And I love them. I don't have any other sharpener, and this is exclusively what I use, and it works great. So if you're just getting started and not sure what to go for and don't have the money to invest in a whole lot, I would go this route. Um, Next budget thing I have is these erasers. I know they're so tiny. Um, I have one of these with me at all times when I'm coloring. There's teeny tiny skinny ones, and then whoops, there it goes. And then a more standard, almost standard size. It's still smaller than a regular pencil tip eraser. Um, and these actually came in with, let me grab it here. It came with an electric sharpener that I got from Hobby Lobby. Now this itself wasn't expensive. I think it was $7-ish for the whole, for this, and then you got the multiple of these. Now I've been through a bunch of these already from the set, and I think that they sell a refill kit of just these, which I will be purchasing again for sure. I don't ever really use the electric sharpener. I but I really love these. They are great. They erase most colored pencil wonderfully. Um, they are perfect for sometimes when you're doing an intricate page and you need to just get right around the edge of something where you want slightly out of the lines maybe. These are perfect for that, especially these tiny ones. They're excellent for that. And they're fairly firm, so I can, kind of work with it without breaking it. Um, I use them also when I get a little too heavy-handed with my coloring and I need to take some color back off, just to step it back a little bit. Or maybe I went a little too far into where I was saving for a highlight area and I need to take that back a little bit. So I use these all the time for that. And they are by far a favorite thing I have in my coloring. Um, Next thing is, we'll go here to this. This is just a stack. It's just a stack of a pad of paper. And I have this with me next to me all the time also. I use this to um, practice different blends of different colors, just to real quick scribble and check out a color. I'm not always the best well, I don't have a lot of my things swatched, and I'm not the best at the things that I do have swatched, pulling the chart and keeping it next to me. Um, for me, it just works better to just quick scribble out what that color looks like if I'm not sure. And a lot of times I'll do a test of a bunch of different colors in a row just to see if I get just the right shade. Um, and it's nothing fancy. It's just plain old paper, but it's a thin pad. It fits right at the edge of one of my shelves on my desk, so it's always kind of low and out of the way. But if I'm starting a new page and I need something to swatch a little bit on, I just rip one of these off and pull it up here, and I've got what I need. So that is another super budget friendly. You could, if you wanted, if you can't find just the plain, I know Dollar Tree sells tons of notepads, and you could just buy one of those. And if you don't want the printed side, flip it over and just go off of the plain side on that. And you're looking at $1.25 that you spent on some handy scrap paper to have around. That is another big thing I rely on when I'm coloring. Then I have, this is a newer discovery. It is a set that I bought from Walmart, and they are Uniball Signo broad gel pens, and they are awesome. I have used them so much already. They were not expensive. I'm thinking possibly under $5, definitely under $10. The ink flows so well. You get such a nice shine with the metallics here. And then the white is a nice thick white once you put it over things, and it flows so nicely. I'm thrilled with these. And they are, I think this is a perfect little starter set of something to add little accents on your pages once you finish coloring. You can add little shiny things. I like to use the metallic for any jewelries or sometimes stars in the sky. You can use the white in so many ways as a highlight, outlining bubbles and in the water and on the edges of bottles, and just tons and tons of good uses for a white gel pen. So yeah, this Uniball, it's the Uniball Signo Broad, and it came in a pack with the white, gold, and silver here. And yeah, those are awesome. They have become a staple that I also keep close by all the time to use to finish off little touches on my pages, and I love them. And then my last thing that I have here is blenders. Um, I have a couple here. I have the Prismacolor colorless blender, and I bought that in a 2-pack, I believe, off of Amazon. They were fairly affordable as well, and I use them all the time to help me with blending. I can't always just do it on my own with my own skill, and this just gives me that little extra help to get a good blend of colors. And the Prismacolor works on, I use it on all my pencils, not just my Prismacolors, so they get a lot of use. Um, and on the same note, I've pulled my white Prismacolor pencil out from the set because I also use this a lot with other colors or other pencil sets and Prismas as well, with blending. It is an excellent blender, so if you can't afford to buy extra things and you've got a set of Prismas that has a white in it, this works great for blending colors. And then I also have these I picked up at Hobby Lobby as well. It is the Derwent Blender and Burnisher. And I have to say, I think I prefer the Prisma one a little bit better for getting a good blend. But I will use these as well from time to time. And then I also pulled two of the alcohol markers that I have they are the zeros, and I use them. I'm learning with this. This is more of a learning thing for me at this point, but learning to use these to activate my watercolor pencils, and then the Derwent ink pencils as well. Um, but I wanted to mention them because I have to say I only had the fat uh, alcohol markers for so long, and then I recently got a pack of the Tao Tree skinny uh, alcohol markers, and having a skinny blender one has been so awesome. I love using this, um, and especially this fine tip. I mean, it's just really nice to be able to have something that gets in a little finer than the big ones. I'll show this as just a comparison here. Yeah, so I mean, this is manageable, but if this is all you have, but it is wonderful to have this skinny blender marker. So, and I know you can buy blenders. I think Tombow maybe has a good one. But like I said, I'm going kind of budget here, and I have the alcohol marker sets that have this already in it. So it's nice to have another use for this outside of just using the alcohol marker set. And I almost forgot to mention my other favorite blending device is my finger. And I try not to do this too much when I'm coloring on camera, but I'm sure I have in the past, just because I do it all the time. And I honestly, I love blending with my finger. And yes, it does get messy, and I have to make sure that I kind of wipe it off so I don't smudge anything else. But I do have the habit of coloring and then smudging it out with my finger. And I don't know if that's an art faux pas for the more experienced colorists out there. Hopefully, you're not cringing if you're watching this, but yeah, my fingers are a big tool that I use when I'm coloring. And that is it. These are the five, let's say, ride or die things of my coloring. I don't color without them. I use them all the time. I highly recommend, if you don't already use something like this, trying it out. And I'm happy that all of these things are super affordable so that I can keep going with my hobby without having to spend too much. So thank you so much for joining me today, checking out what I love in my coloring, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.